Hi everyone, my name is Daria. I'm a student nurse and welcome to my channel. So before I jump into today's topic, I just want to say welcome and hello to all of my new subscribers. And if this is your first time just watching my video in general, welcome. So I want to try something new because I love getting comments from you guys, but I feel like I just don't get enough. So even if you don't watch the rest of this video, I want you to comment down below. I'm going to call it my question of this video, question of the day. I don't know, still working on the name. But comment below, what is your best finals tip? And it doesn't have to necessarily be for a student nurse. It could be for any course, but if you do have a tip specific to nursing, definitely want to hear that one. So feel free to comment below. Love hearing from you guys. And of course, comment with any videos that you might want to see in the future. So we're actually just going to jump right into this topic because if you're here, that means you don't have much time to waste. So if I'm looking down, please excuse me. I wrote some little notes. So I'm not going to overwhelm you with a bunch of tips, and these tips might just be a little general, but when I tell you I live by these when it comes to my finals, I live by these. So I hope at least one of them help. So my first tip is to get organized, okay? You should be, okay, let me rewind. I give myself at least 3 weeks to study before each test, and that includes the final because I treat the final as any other test. So if you have given yourself enough time to prepare, make sure you're organized. You don't want to be looking all over the place trying to find notes from the beginning of the semester, okay? Get yourself organized. For me, I've been organized since the beginning of the semester just because that's how I work. But honestly, it's never too late to get organized. So if you write notes on your computer, get your file set up. Okay, this is my file for cardiovascular. Everything pertaining to cardiovascular, your meds, your pathophysiologies, anything that you need needs to be in that cardio folder. So when you're ready to study cardio, you pull up that folder and it's right there for you. Okay, so you have got to get organized, and whatever that means to you. So for me on my computer, I have folders for each topic, and then from my actual hand taking notes in my binder, everything is categorized by content based on my lab manuals content. So I just go with my lab manuals table of contents, and I'll put whatever goes in that section with that specific section. So really, tip number one, get organized. I'm telling you, because if you want to look up a fact real quick, you don't want to have to be shifting through pages and pages of notes. It really just adds to anxiety. So tip number one, get organized. Tip number two, create a study schedule. And this is actually really important because it keeps you on track. My philosophy is, if I give myself a schedule, then that means I need to stick to that schedule. So if one day I'm doing kidneys, then I need to make sure I nail down kidneys in that day so I can move on, because you do not want to get stuck on one topic when you have so many more to study. And honestly, if you don't know that topic by the end of the day, keep moving on. You can go back once you finish all of the topics. I always give myself about 2 days of review in my schedules. So you can do something similar, but do not let getting caught up on a topic stop you, because at the end of the day, you may be studying kidneys for a week and there be only 3 questions on kidneys. So I'd rather be well-rounded than an expert in one subject, especially for a final. For a test, that is totally different. You want to be the expert before a final. Just don't stress yourself out on every little thing. And actually, that leads me to my third tip. Focus on the big picture. Do not get caught up in remembering super tiny details. So when you're doing a final, it's a comprehensive exam, right? So they want to make sure, especially in the nursing, they want to make sure that, you're going to be safe. Of course, honestly, my program does not test on safety. I heard NCLEX test on safety, but my program wants to make sure you know your stuff. So, know how things work, so this is my process. If I know how something works, then I can understand the signs and symptoms of the illness when something goes wrong. So know how things work, know the illness, and know your signs and symptoms, but do not memorize signs and symptoms. If you understand the pathophysiology, you should understand how it will affect the human body. So focus on the big picture, because a lot of the times, if you understand how it works, you can make little connections without even have to memorize little things. And that just really helps me. It's helped me throughout the semester. And that's so funny. That leads me to my next tip. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tip number 4. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Finals time is not the time to be trying out new techniques unless what you've been doing has not been working for you. So if you've been doing bad so far in the semester, then yeah, the final is your holy grail. Not holy grail. I don't know what to call it, but the final is your last chance, okay, y'all? So if you haven't been doing well, the final is your chance. I know some people may need to get a 90 or 100 or whatever they need to pull up that grade to passing. And in that case, try whatever works, okay? But don't waste your time. So if you know writing does not help you, do not study by writing notes, okay? It's not going to work. Try auditory, try with your eyes. I forgot what that's called. I know there's a technical term, but visual. If you're a visual learner, try pictures, try all that stuff, videos, whatever you need, but don't waste your time on doing something you know that does not work, okay? Now, if you've had a method, tried and true, is getting you through the semester, you're doing great, don't change it, don't fix it, okay? Finals is not the time to try a new technique, y'all. I'm telling you, you'll just add more anxiety and stress. Do what you've been doing and trust in yourself, okay? Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's move on to number 5. Spend time on what you struggled with the most throughout the semester. So I'll say that one more time. Spend time on what you struggled with the most throughout the semester. So chances are, if you've been a really good studier and you've been retaining that information, what's stuck is stuck. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to kill yourself going over that stuff again. A light refresher should actually help you a lot. And if it's already been in there, you've already studied so hard for it, it will come back. So that's why I'm saying the stuff that you know should be a refresher. You should not be restudying the same way that you studied for that topic when you first learned it. All of this should be a review. That's why I think you should use active recall. If you don't know what that is, I highly suggest you look it up, and even go check out my MedSurg Study Tool videos that actually talk about active recall. Active recall will be your friend here, looking over whatever notes you've done, and maybe looking at some of the videos. Also, I do have study playlists for my MedSurg topics. They are very long study playlists though. Each playlist has at least 60 videos, so go through them, see what you think might help for you. I will not be going through every video for the finals because, like I said, I am refreshing. I am not relearning, and that's why I'm saying, like, if you have been studying really hard throughout the semester, a lot of this is a refresher, so don't stress yourself out. But yeah, feel free to check out those videos. Now, if there is something that did not stick throughout the semester and you know you struggled with, that is what you need to pay attention on, okay? So you really want to integrate refreshment and relearning interchangeably. Like, you don't want to get stuck on one thing and have that take over. So my advice is to look at what you struggled most with, get that down, but you're also going to be refreshing at the same time. So don't place too much emphasis on what you don't know, because that's actually how you psych yourself out, because you do know a lot more than you think. But like I said, don't focus on what you weren't stuck on, okay? If you know that you know it, refresh it and move on. That's the best way that you're going to get through so much material in such a short amount of time, okay? Now, tip number 6, take at least one self-care day and try to eat healthy meals. So it is so important, especially when you are constantly in fight or flight mode. That's what I like to call it. I tell people around me I'm constantly in fight or flight while I'm in nursing. It is so important that even though finals is like weighing on you, you've got to take a moment to breathe, because at the end of the day, it's another test. I've taken so many finals, even though this is just my second semester in nursing school. Some of you may know I already have an undergrad degree, and finals time is like no other time. But you really do have to give yourself that time, because if you can't breathe when you get to the test, you're going to be so overwhelmed. And then the healthy meals really help just keep you at ease, keep you balanced, give you the nutrients that you need to retain that information. My final tip, number 7, and I stick by this: no all-nighters, people. No all-nighters. Now, I've done all-nighters in my undergrad, and I can honestly say they did more harm than good. Some people swear by them, they really do, but I'm here to tell you, no. If you don't know it by 3 o'clock in the morning, you're just not gonna know it, y'all. You're not gonna know it. And I'd rather be well slept and fail than tired and fail, okay? Because it is what it is. If you don't know it by 3 in the morning, let it go. Breathe and let it go. Now, if you do an all-nighter, definitely don't do it the night before the final. I would say don't do an all-nighter 2 days leading up to the final, because you've really got to be well rested in order to take such a heavy exam. I know, especially since finals exams, they can be way more than your usual questions. So I've had finals exams that were 100 questions, and it's like, if you are tired, there's no shot. Everything is jumbled. You're just like, I just want to leave this test so I can sleep. You're not even focused on the material or the questions. So if you're asking me, I say no all-nighters. But if you got to do them, be smart about them, okay? So super short video. I just want to be cognizant of your time. And if you are taking finals, good luck. You've got this. Please don't let the anxiety get to you. A lot of the times, it's not the material, it's the anxiety. And I wish I had more tips for you guys, but I personally, I don't get testing anxiety. It's easy to say, like, just don't be anxious, but that's not how anxiety works. So I don't get testing anxiety, but I do get anxiety. So I'm never going to be like, just breathe. Like, hello, that doesn't work. But if I had one piece of advice, and this is how I think of it before I go into any test, when it comes to that test, it is you and that test. Nobody else. Nobody can see your answers. Nobody's watching over your back. Even if, like, teachers are walking around, get rid of that. It is you, your test, and all the hard work you've put in. There is no need to be anxious about it. Get rid of the feeling of getting a bad grade. Get rid of the feeling of getting a good grade, because at the end of the day, it's you and that test and what you studied so hard for. So just breathe, literally, even though I said I wouldn't tell you to do that, but breathe and realize that sometimes you are your biggest obstacle and you can do this. So good luck to anyone taking finals. I hope this helped. And like I said, feel free to comment below what your favorite or what your best tip for finals is. And I hope to hear from you guys soon. Remember to I can't talk today. I don't know what it is. But remember to subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, no vlog clip today, but I'll be posting my spring break. It's not going to be much, but I feel like that's enough vlog for the week. So that's why I'm not adding my little vlog clip at the end. But hopefully next video I'll have a little piece for you guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.